How's it going, everybody? It's Prod here, and welcome back to another Nightreign video. Today we are talking some leaks. Recently, you guys probably have seen it because it's been everywhere the last couple of days, but somebody ended up data mining Nightreign. In the data mine, they ended up discovering a brand new game mode, which this article calls a new ultra hard game mode. While technically that can be considered true, it is a little bit different than it just describes it as a hard difficulty mode. It is a new game mode called the Deep of Night. It is essentially a endless mode, so technically you could consider it an ultra hard game mode, but the way it's going to work is there are going to be multiple depths, and by endless they mean essentially there's going to be, most likely, right, it's going to be a couple of days, either one day or the whole regular system. They haven't, obviously with the data mining, really discovered too much of it. You're not going to be able to choose the boss you target. It's going to be a random boss, which I do actually really like. And whenever you kill the main boss, you end up moving to the next depth of the world. The deeper in depth you go, the more difficult it will get. So that is why there will be a skill-based matchmaking with their own rankings. Which, by the way, just for me personally, I love that. And some people might be kind of bugged and annoyed about that, but it makes sense with this because the deeper you go and the deeper you're able to make it, obviously you're going to want better teammates. If you end up getting people who can only really get to like level 2, but you're consistently making it to level 5, it's going to be kind of annoying if you're getting matched up with these people. I like this system because I feel like this skill-based matchmaking could work pretty well. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some of the screenshots of like the badges and stuff like that, and a couple of interesting things we have along with it. But if you don't want any of those, then spoiler warning, of course. And by the way, they may look completely different when they actually come out, who knows. This is what the level of the depth is going to look like. We have 1, 3, 4, and 5. I don't know why 2 is missing, but there is 5 different depths. Each one of them are going to have their own rating system, so I'd imagine if you get to the deepest part of the 5th depth, it will consider you the highest possible rating, and if you're consistently getting there, you'll be put into the highest possible rating of player. Now this, in a standpoint of somebody who streams and loves From Software games and Nightreign, this is going to be so much fun. So much cool content is going to come out of this. The grinding to get to max rank and the top level. If they have some type of leaderboard, even better, right? And the leaderboard kind of makes it a little bit iffy because then people start hacking to get in there and be all bitch mode to get into the top rankings because they know they can't get there themselves unless they hack. It's going to be kind of a mess because, you know, we saw it with like Demon Souls had that, and then no other game after that has had it since then, except for like Arena and stuff like that. So that's what kind of where it gets a little bit iffy, but in general, the rating system and just wanting to be the highest rating possible will be something I want to do myself, and I'm sure a lot of like, you know, people like Lost and Ouroboros will try to do the same. A lot of fun streams are going to come out of that. So that is how these depths work and how the skill-based matchmaking will work. From the looks of it, it says killing bosses will increase your depths. Losing runs will cause your depth to revert back. But once you get into depth 2, you'll never be able to get back into depth 1. So essentially, you're going to be stuck in depth 2, trying to get better, trying to get lower in the depth to get to depth 3, till you eventually get to the point where you are at the final depth. And that could be a good thing, or that could be a bad thing, right? You could have made it luckily to depth 2 or something like depth 3. And like it says, it has no idea if this applies to every depth level, but knowing that you can't go from level 2 to level 1 means that you're kind of just stuck getting better at depth 2. We have no idea if once you get to depth 3, will it be the same, where you just be stuck in depth 3 and not be able to go back to 2? We have no idea so far. This is as much information as we have. Now the loot system works in a really interesting way. So we have similar weapons the way we have now, right? So we have a weapon, we get a weapon that has a couple of special effects. Maybe it gives you successive attacks, negate damage, stuff like extra firepower. Those are going to be still existent, but now it comes with a brand new type of weapons. These new type of weapons will come with things that are also negative. So as you see here, you get a Lasat's Glintstone Staff, improved magic damage negation, improved incants, but then it has impaired physical damage negation. So you get even better bonuses, but you also have to risk that negative attribute. You know, is this weapon going to be worth it? Even though it shows up as having some pretty good stuff, there's some interesting ones like damage increased by Knight's Encroachment that you see here. That is a really interesting debuff, because you're not always going to be in the negative status effect of taking extra damage. It's only when the night is actually closing. This one looks kind of crazy. Attack when wielding 2 armaments up 13%. Taking damage restores FP. But then rot buildup when below max HP sounds rough. So it's even more so like a roguelike, which I actually really like that. Sometimes that negative status effect is probably going to outweigh the positive status effects, so you're going to have to make those decisions, and I think that's going to add an extra element of really having to think about your runs and how you play the game. The game mode will also come with extra relics. Now, you will have 6 relic slots rather than 3, but the 3 new relic slots will come with possibly negative status effects. These new relics, of course, will only work in the Deep of Night game mode. Here you can see one yourself. HP recovery, successful guarding, Reaper attack power, art gauge charge from successful guarding +1, but you get continuous HP loss. So you're really going to have to look at the benefits of some of these, right? It's going to bring in a lot more different elements of a roguelike, which I think a lot more people have wanted that. A lot more people have wanted more randomized situations, and I think this is going to offer these up. I'd imagine the deeper you get into the depths as well, the more prominent these buffs and negative attributes are going to be. Even stronger buffs and weapons and even stronger negative attributes. But overall, this is kind of all we have so far. Couple of screenshots here and there, some of the progress and the way it looks for the Deep of Night. I think this is going to be nothing but fun. I believe there are gameplay of it and people have uploaded gameplay. I don't think I can post a gameplay. I'm not even sure if I can show these screenshots, but I'm pretty sure you can because they're, they exist out there in the world, right? But when it comes to the gameplay itself, I'll leave it be, and you guys can maybe look it up yourself. I have no idea when we're going to get this. I don't know if this is going to be like a regular update thing. Is this going to be whenever we're done with all the new bosses? Is this going to be a DLC update? I have no idea. The data mine has not shown any of that yet, but you can kind of go see here some of the stuff yourself if you see what it is that actually has been data mined. I don't really mess with any of these or know how to data mine myself, so take it with a grain of salt, but everything that we've seen so far looks pretty damn legit and overall looks amazing. I think this is going to be so much fun from somebody in my perspective that streams a lot and plays these games very consistently. I think grinding these out with friends is going to give you even more reason to play the game and enjoy the game and strive for something, right? A lot of people right now kind of at the point where it's like, the game's fun, but what do I play for? I have all the skins, I bought all the skins already, all the relics, everything. What can I do? Now we have something to strive for, and it's these ratings. Hopefully they come with some bonuses, right? Maybe you get up to a higher rating, you get a nice little skin or something. I don't know, I like that idea. Me personally, because I'm very interested to see how hard it can get once you get to depth 5. Is it going to get crazy, And this also reminds me as well of like the Bloodborne dungeons, because obviously those have different depths, and the deeper in depths you go, the more difficult these dungeons can get. And if you played Bloodborne, some of those dungeons can be absolute killers. So I'm excited to see how this goes, and I appreciate you guys watching. If you made it this far in the video, consider leaving a like. I'd appreciate it very, very much. And if you're excited to come watch me play these, of course, I will be streaming them on twitch.tv/lprod_, like always. And you may see quite a few of them as well here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.